Hi, welcome to Gav's Drams. I don't know how this review will go tonight because it's not actually a review about whiskey. On my last review, I said I'll have a wee look. I tell you about my peated whiskies that I've got opened, and I never realised I had so many peated whiskies opened. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13 opened, and they are all different in many ways. Now, you'll hear people saying, and maybe you were the same, that, oh, I don't like whiskey until you learn how to drink it and enjoy it. It's give somebody, oh, whiskey, I don't like that. I think Pete's the same. They say, oh, I don't like peated whiskey. People say that. I don't think they give Pete a chance. I really don't. I don't think they maybe understand what it is and how it's done. And Pete, basically, I'm not an expert by any means. I'm only what I know. It's the smoke. The more smoke and the less heat goes into the barley, and that holds the peat. But it comes down to another two things. It comes down to distillation. Distillation is important with peated whiskies. The heavy peated whiskies like Laphroaig, it's a very, very small cut, and that's where the flavour of the peat comes. So if you get a wider cut, there's a little bit of less peat. So it's different. And then it's all about what the cask is into, and the cask is so important. So this is my favourite one at the moment. Now I've got four glasses in front of me. I'm not going to pour 12 drams. I've got or 13 drams. Now, we'll start with this one. This is my favourite at the moment. I got this last year, and it's called Islay Journey. Let's see it. And I got it from Ardenwood Distillery, and it was I'd drawn it myself for a barrel, and there's five in it. There's five different whiskies in it. Okay, and it's obviously it's a bourbon cask, and it's a lovely dram, and it's 10 for five different distilleries. Now there's a lot of Kalila in it, probably. Um, I think there's a beg in it. I don't think there's a Freud in it. I really don't. It's a beautiful dram. Now it's you're getting the peat, but you're getting different flavours. There's a perfumey flavour coming through it because you've got all these different distilleries mixing up. I think that is really a beautiful dram. That's the one I drink quite a lot at the moment. The one I don't like was given to me by a friend, and was given from him by a friend, and he didn't like it. If I can open the damn thing. And it's Port Charlotte Heavy Peated PAC 1206, and it's just I've tried. I'm down to about there. You can't see through that bottle, and I know somebody that loves Port Charlotte, and I'm keeping it for them. That I have tried and tried and tried. I will try it again, and I don't know why. I just can't get my head around it at all, or my nose around it, should I say? Now you've got all different types. This is supposed to be the heaviest peated whiskey you'll get. But when you put your nose into it, you do not get a whisky. It's Bruichladdich again, and it's up to more. And you don't get a heavy peat from it. But what you do get when you taste it, it's a wonderful taste. Look at the colour of that. Look at the bead in that. The bead in that's unbelievable. And that's the heaviest peated whisky you can buy, apparently. And that's another beautiful whisky. And let me just nose it. And when you nose it, it's lightly peated. But when you put it to the palate, oh my goodness, the flavour just burst out at you. If you're looking for what I call an arse kicker, you're talking about our big wee beastie. Now, the younger the whisky, the more peat hit you'll get, because it loses that peat. When you get into the 12 and 15-year-old, that's a 5-year-old. We don't know what that is. So I'm going to mix these up. So I'm going to put the bottle side the glass. As long as I know what I'm drinking, if that makes sense, I'll do that. Now this loses its peat if it's been open for a while. And this has been open for a long time. This has been open for over a year and a half to a year. Because I've got that much to bloody drink. Now that's wee beastie. Now that, as I say, that kicks you right up the backside. Oh, and it's still got it. It's still got its kick. And these are all probably bourbons with the colour of them. Now, the nose in that's unbelievable. That is just one blast of peat. Just a blast. And on the palate it'll be slightly different. So, I can't open them all. Another favourite of mine is Kilcoman, which I love. It's a beautiful dram. It's quite peaty. You've got your two heavily peated for Kilkerran. I think that's 6 and 6. That's 5 and 6. It's 5 and 6. It's opened. Bourbon again, and they're beautiful. Another one I love is a Bunnahabhain 7. That's lightly peated. That's very, very, very lightly peated. There's no lot of peat in that at all, but it's just a lovely light flavour of peat, and it's an easy, easy one to drink. And I would think if you were interested in drinking peated whiskies, your first one would be a lightly peated Bunnahabhain, and that was £55. That's a cracking dram. You've got Kilkerran 7-year-old, which is probably a wee bit older than these two, and it's 56%. And I think that's a nicer whisky than they two, because it's probably been in the cask a wee bit longer, and it might have lost its fierceness. And it is. Ardmore do peated whiskies. It's a 12-year-old, so it's not going to be the same kick, but it's a lovely, lovely dram. Now, let me see. Now, I put these three at the front and I've left a glass for a reason. These are long rows, I should say. And they're all 5-year-old, they're all young whiskies. And you can see the difference in the colour in these. That is bourbon. That's a full sherry. And that's an Oloroso. And if you put peated whiskey, in my opinion, in a bourbon, the peat is going to work. It's going to take over the bourbon. It's going to work. But if you put peat in a sherry, I think the sherry, I'll use the word tame. It kills it a wee bit. It's lovely. Now, I've also got, if I can stretch, I never put them out, so I've actually got more than 13 opened. Now, I can't drink all these, so I'm just, look at the colour of that. Look at the bead in that. Now, that'll be a completely different, the peat will work different with the sherry. Completely work different for the sherry. I'm going to try something here. This could be dangerous, but we'll try it. We'll reach. Now, I've got two. No, I'm not going to. I've got a Kalilo up there, which is really light, nice and light. And next to it, I've got in a sherry cask, and it's Lagavulin, and it's in a sherry cask. And they're a bit older, so you're not getting that same peat bang, but you're getting that lovely flavour. I prefer a peat about 10-12-year-old, which is a little softer, and it's fiery. So let's have a quick taste of them. So see, this is my favourite. I don't know what age it is. It's a beautiful peat. It's lovely and light. It's beautiful. It's just right. Now what I like to do with peats that are over 50%, I think water, I like a lot of water in this, enhances the peat. I really do. I think it brings the peat out. Oh, and that just brings that alive. Now this is the full sherry one. And again, if you're looking for something different, completely different, sherry goes well with peated whisky. The sherry cask takes over. It influences the peat. It doesn't allow the peat to become stronger. There's a nice. Now that's no. When you say that's a peat blast in any way, and yet it's a young peat whisky, 8 years of age. You bring it to the palate. Mm, its fruitiness. It's just mechanical. It's just a lovely, lovely dram. So if you try a nice mild peated whisky to start with, certainly don't go for this if you're not into peat, because that'll just blow you away. This is the strongest peated whisky you'll get. And again, I'm going to take a drink of water. It's completely different. So, yeah, again, that's fruity. That is not right. Once that's the most heavily peated whisky in the world. It's over 150, whatever you call it. That should blow you away. But for some strange reason, the way they've fermented it and what they've took for the cut, they've no got this dynamite. It's an absolute. I don't think they tried this, but what they done was a success. It's very expensive. Altonborn, man, that was over £100. A 5-year-old, but it's it's completely different from the other peated whiskies, and yet it's the strongest peated whisky. I'll put a wee bit of water in it, so I've got to drink these tonight. I would like to pour them all, it would be nice, but as I say, it'll be like us. So that's peated whiskies, and I didn't realise, and I came, that's 13, and I've got another two up there opened. I've got a lovely 15-year-old Kaleo up there. It's lovely and soft, and it's beautiful. And next to it, I've got a Lagavulin, which is a sherry cask, and it's different again. So there are more to peated whiskies. When you hear people saying, I don't like peated whiskies, there's some of you on here who'll know more about peated whiskies than I'll ever know. And you'll agree with me, and you could probably educate me on peated whiskies. There's some of you on here who'll say, I don't like peated whiskies. Try it. Try something. Don't try this for your first time. Definitely no. You'd be surprised, but that's very expensive. But that is gorgeous. If you can get a blended peated whisky, there's 5 in this. There's 5 distilleries in this. And the way I try to work it out, it won't be Kilcoman. That's a lovely drama as well. It won't be that because they don't put their stuff out for that. And I don't think there's Lafroig in it. And that's why I think it's a big Kalila and the rest of them. So, as I say, it's not sort of a review, it's just a wee chat about what I've got in peated whiskies. And if you don't like peated whiskies, have a go, guys. But don't throw one down and say, I don't like. Do it properly. Get something. Get a blended peated whisky like that. It's beautiful. Try an Octomore. I know it's a lot of money, but if you go to a bar and see if you can get a nice Octomore, it really is, it might surprise you. Go for a sherry. a sherry whisky, because that changes the whole peat style. But it's not just the peat, it's how they smoke it was got an awful lot to do with it. The fermentation's got a lot to do with it as well. The cut was important, because if they take the real heart of the cut is going to be strong. That's where Freud take the heart of the cut, and then it's all about what barrels they put into you. And then if they put into your next, if they do a refill cask and they put it into ex peat cask, that's going to kick as well. So I don't know whether you like this review or no. You know the drill. Press the bell, press the subs button, go to the box below, and go to Gav's Drams if you wish, and buy me a dram or a coffee. You might not think this is worth it, but I just think this is quite an interesting about peat, how different peat is, and I hope some of the guys that like peat have enjoyed this and understand what I'm trying to get at. So thanks very much for watching Gab's Drams. I'm going to toast you with the sherry one. That's the one I'm going to toast you with. So stay safe. I don't know what I'm going to do for next week. Take care. Great community. Don't get drunk. See, there's a sweetness through that. I would say get a nice sherry cask or a nice Oloroso cask if you want to try a nice peated whisky. Thanks for watching Gab's Drams. Good night.